New Zealand consistently ranks as one of the most admired countries in the world. It has carefully cultivated an image of a remote paradise, a nation that is peaceful, breathtakingly green, exceptionally safe, and economically stable. This perception isn't just a marketing slogan, it's a powerful magnet, drawing in tourists, students, and skilled professionals from every corner of the globe who dream of a better quality of life. But behind this idyllic postcard beauty, a far more complex reality is unfolding. New Zealand is grappling with a significant and growing immigration challenge, a multifaceted issue that is fundamentally reshaping its workforce, straining its housing market, complicating its visa system, and forcing a national conversation about its long-term population strategy. As we look at the landscape in 2026, it's clear that New Zealand's immigration issues are not caused by one single factor. Instead, they stem from a tangled web of interconnected pressures. We see persistent labor shortages across critical sectors, a housing affordability crisis that puts immense pressure on new arrivals and citizens alike, and a labyrinth of constantly shifting immigration policies. This is all happening against a backdrop of fierce global competition for skilled workers and the lingering economic and social aftershocks of the pandemic era. In many ways, New Zealand's struggle is a case study for other developed nations navigating similar demographic and economic shifts, making its journey particularly relevant on the world stage. This guide will break down the real, nuanced reasons behind New Zealand's immigration struggles. We will explore in detail how these challenges directly affect the lives of both migrants hoping to build a future here and the citizens who call this nation home. Finally, we will offer clear, practical tips and actionable advice for anyone attempting to navigate the complexities of the current system. New Zealand's labor shortage crisis. New Zealand has one of the most severe labor shortages in the developed world. Entire industries, healthcare, construction, agriculture, tourism, transportation, and hospitality, are struggling to find workers. New Zealand needs migrants to fill jobs, but the visa system is slow, employers cannot hire fast enough. Skilled workers choose Australia instead. Temporary workers leave due to high living costs. New Zealand's economy depends heavily on migrant labor. When visas slow down or become harder to obtain, businesses suffer, and the country's economic growth stalls. Nursing and healthcare, farming and dairy, construction and trades, trucking and logistics, tourism and hospitality. New Zealand's immigration system is under pressure because the demand for workers is higher than the supply of visas. New Zealand's stunning landscapes often mask a harsh reality. It has one of the most expensive housing markets in the world relative to income. For decades, a perfect storm of limited land, restrictive building regulations, and high demand has pushed prices into the stratosphere. The result is a housing crisis that touches every corner of society. Rent is punishingly high, particularly in major urban centers like Auckland and Wellington, where the cost can consume a staggering portion of the average paycheck. Homeownership, once a cornerstone of the Kiwi dream, now feels like an impossible fantasy for many. With a chronic undersupply of new homes, the market remains fiercely competitive, leaving countless people locked out. For skilled migrants, the dream of a new life can quickly sour. They arrive with valuable expertise, ready to contribute, only to find that even a good salary isn't enough to secure a decent home for their family. Many cannot afford to settle permanently, forced to live in temporary, often overcrowded, accommodation or abandon their plans altogether. International students who contribute significantly to the economy also struggle with rent, often competing for a limited pool of expensive and sometimes substandard flats. This affordability crisis creates a stagnant society, where families avoid moving for better job opportunities, because the cost of relocating is simply too prohibitive. Consequently, employers find they cannot attract the foreign workers they desperately need, as attractive job offers are quickly undermined by the daunting cost of living. This puts the government in an incredibly difficult position. To ease the strain on housing and infrastructure, it feels pressure to limit visas and reduce population pressure. The housing shortage makes immigration a politically sensitive flashpoint. When locals struggle to find affordable homes, they understandably pressure the government to reduce migration numbers. This happens even when key sectors of the economy are crying out for more workers. It creates a constant and damaging policy tug-of-war between urgent economic needs and powerful public sentiment, leaving businesses understaffed and potential migrants in limbo. New Zealand is known for having one of the strictest and most selective immigration systems in the world. While the country welcomes skilled workers, it also has high documentation requirements, long processing times, complex visa categories, frequent policy changes, tight family reunification rules. Skilled migrants get frustrated, employers lose candidates, students choose Australia or Canada instead, families struggle to stay together. Temporary workers face uncertainty. New Zealand wants high-quality migrants, but the system often becomes too slow and too complicated, causing people to give up and move elsewhere. Australia is New Zealand's biggest immigration competitor. Both countries want skilled workers, but Australia often wins because higher salaries, larger economy, faster visa processing, more job opportunities, better housing availability, easier permanent residency pathways. The result: New Zealand loses thousands of potential migrants to Australia every year, especially nurses, engineers, IT professionals, and tradespeople. This intensifies New Zealand's labor shortages and puts more pressure on its immigration system. New Zealand closed its borders longer than almost any other country during the pandemic. This created massive backlogs in work visas, student visas, residency applications, family visas, skilled migrant category, SMC applications. Old applications are still being processed. New applications pile up. Employers wait months for approvals. Migrants face uncertainty. Families remain separated. The system is still recovering, and the delays create frustration for both migrants and businesses. New Zealand is a small country with limited infrastructure. When immigration increases quickly, the country struggles to keep up. Housing, healthcare, schools, public transport, roads, social services. The government must balance economic needs, infrastructure capacity. We need houses for locals. Rents are getting out of reach. Long-term sustainability. This leads to frequent policy changes, which confuse migrants and employers. New Zealand is generally welcoming, but economic stress has increased public concern about immigration. High rent, inflation, job competition, housing shortages, slow wage growth, political pressure to reduce visas, stricter immigration rules, more scrutiny on migrant workers, slower residency approvals. Public sentiment directly influences immigration policy, making the system unpredictable. Skilled migrant category, SMC, overhaul. New Zealand recently changed its skilled migrant category, introducing a points-based system, higher salary thresholds, stricter job requirements, new residency pathways. Some skilled workers no longer qualify. Employers struggle to meet salary thresholds. Migrants face uncertainty about residency. Students worry about long-term options. The new system aims to attract high-value migrants, but it also reduces the number of eligible applicants. Navigating the path to New Zealand can be complex, whether you're a student, a skilled worker, or joining family. To help you succeed, we've compiled a list of practical, evergreen tips that will give you a significant advantage. These insights are designed to streamline your journey and help you avoid common pitfalls that can cause unnecessary delays and stress. Let's dive into the essential strategies that will make your migration process smoother. First and foremost, apply early. This cannot be overstated. New Zealand's immigration processing system is notoriously slow, often burdened by high application volumes and intricate checks. To be safe, you should begin preparing and lodging your visa application at least 6 to 9 months before your intended travel date. This buffer is crucial. It accounts for potential requests for more information and ensures you aren't left scrambling. Never book non-refundable flights or resign from your current job until your visa is officially approved and in your passport. Strategically, you should target high-demand industries. New Zealand actively prioritizes applicants with skills in sectors facing critical labor shortages. Focusing your job search here dramatically increases your chances of securing a work visa and, eventually, residency. The key sectors include healthcare, to support an aging population and expand services, construction, to address the ongoing housing crisis and build new infrastructure, engineering, particularly civil and structural, for major national projects, IT, as the digital economy booms and requires specialists in software and cybersecurity, agriculture, the backbone of the economy, needing skilled farm managers and technicians, and transportation, to keep the country's supply chains moving. Next, get your documents ready well in advance. Meticulous preparation is key, as incomplete or incorrect paperwork is a primary cause of delays and rejections. New Zealand immigration requires a comprehensive set of documents, including police certificates from every country you've lived in for 12 months or more in the last 10 years, medical exams from approved panel physicians to meet health standards, proof of sufficient funds to support yourself during your stay, employment letters and contracts that meet specific visa requirements, and assessments of your qualifications by the New Zealand Qualifications Authority to ensure they are recognized. Also, consider looking beyond the major cities. While Auckland, Wellington, and Christchurch are popular, regional areas offer distinct advantages. Smaller cities and towns often have faster job offers due to less competition. Lower rent and a more affordable cost of living. And sometimes, easier residency pathways designed to attract skilled migrants to those regions. It's also wise to compare New Zealand with Australia. Be realistic about your goals. While New Zealand offers an unparalleled lifestyle, if a higher salary or a faster, more straightforward path to permanent residency is your absolute top priority, Australia's system may currently be a better fit for your ambitions. Finally, stay informed by following official updates. New Zealand's immigration policies change frequently, sometimes with little warning. Regularly check the Immigration New Zealand website and subscribe to their newsletters to stay ahead of any new requirements or pathway adjustments. And when in doubt, work with a licensed immigration advisor. Their expertise is invaluable. They can help you navigate the complexities, prepare a decision-ready application, and avoid simple mistakes that could cause months of delays or even a visa denial. New Zealand's immigration issues in 2026 come from a combination of labor shortages, strict policies, housing pressures, global competition, and post-pandemic backlogs. The country needs migrants more than ever, but its system struggles to keep up with demand. Understanding these challenges helps migrants make smarter decisions and helps viewers understand the global immigration landscape. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more global immigration breakdowns, travel insights, and real-world explanations, subscribe for more adventures.